Yay, hey, hey! Welcome to our Party with a Purpose training. I do hope that you have taken part in video 1. If you haven't, please go and find our video on prospecting. It's really important that we follow the 6 stages and we go in the cycle in which Scentsy has asked us to teach these. So this is your 6 core skills of the Scentsy selling system. You can see what the core skills are and we can see how they go around. So we go from prospecting, we go to booking, we're going this way. No, we're going this way. We go to booking, we go to host coaching, we go to presenting, actually giving a good party, because this is Party with a Purpose. And we go to following up, so we keep our customers, and then sponsoring, so we build our team. So if you haven't watched this one yet, please go and do it. There are some little homeworks in it which are designed to help you guys put into practice what we're telling you. These are also exactly the same activities you guys should be undertaking as new consultants under your Sensational Start program, which is being emailed to you for the next 70 days from Scentsy. I particularly like the video on the 59th day. I think it's the 59th day. If you get that far, you'll see what I mean. Okay, so we're here to talk about booking. This is actually one of the longest videos that we might make. Let's see. So I'm going to be doing some reading from the Scentsy book because we are accredited trainers. We were trained up in New York to deliver this system. You are one of the very first groups in the whole of our huge Scentsy network of 120,000 consultants to get this training. So this is your opportunity if you want to build a successful business and change your life and that of your family, that you can actually run away with this. You have competitive advantage. And in business, that is everything, but only if you employ what we're teaching you, yeah? So put this into action. Do the homeworks, take the time. Some of the homeworks are pretty similar to things that we actually do on our Rising Star course for our potential leaders as well. So if you get these done, you very well could be joining us on our next Rising Star course, which we're going to start in April. So booking. Sample talking points, it says. This is all about how to turn those authentic connections, or what we would say was prospects, into party bookings. Now we're talking primarily about party bookings because we are Party with a Purpose. But also, we do actually want to turn prospective prospects also into buying opportunities and into joining us if that's what our prospect was all about, yeah? We want to make the most of whatever our contact was. So we could probably talk about some of those skills. So booking a party. And the reason we like parties so much, and we're talking physical parties in a home, in a club, in a workroom. Where am I doing some? I'm doing one in a clothes shop. I'm doing a party in a clothes shop. That should be fun. Where else? Break room at work. You know, where there is actually, I'm in the same room as the other people. Yeah? We're not talking about Facebooking and social media and hiding behind a screen. We're talking about really having authentic one-on-one connections because it will build you a stronger business, okay? I understand that getting out in front of real humans can be very scary, but I've not heard of anybody actually die yet from doing a Scentsy party. There has been no one that's been so scared the heart stopped beating. What I have heard, though, is stories of people who've come away and literally been able to fly. They have felt so inspired, so motivated, so completely full of themselves in a positive way. They've been like, oh my goodness me, I can't believe it. I spoke in front of a room of 10 people and I never thought I could do that. And I didn't fall over all my words and people bought. I did something and it was a success. So think of it that way. You could really feel awesome about yourself if you can get out and do these parties, okay? So doing a party is your chance to shine as a consultant. It's also the best way for customers to experience our amazing products. I cannot say that enough. Guys, it's an experiential product. You need to smell it. to sell it. And we haven't invented scratch and sniff computer screens yet. Honestly, let's get out there, and even if we just do it 1-to-1, let's let people stick their nozzies in the testers. The relationships you build face to face will always start stronger and last longer. And I have to agree, this is absolutely true. Now, it does say that the odds are most of you began a Scentsy journey at a home party. I don't know how it is for you. I joined Scentsy on a random email, so there were no Scentsy parties when I started. We were the first consultants in the region. I know in Australia and New Zealand, a lot of you have joined from parties. And yet you're still scared to say to people, would you have a Scentsy party? So you know the power of being at a party. You joined from it, but you're still scared to say, will you host a party? So you need to have 3 elements. It's really easy. 3 things that you do really well. 1, be prepared. Be prepared and ready to always have booking conversations, anytime, anywhere, and to have your host packets ready. To do that, you actually need to know, when are you free to do your parties? So we'll talk about that a bit more in a minute. You need to ask the big question, hey, would you be interested in hosting a party? Remember, tell them how easy it can be. You can talk to them about, oh, I know you really like that diffuser. Like, I have a friend and she's like, I really love the diffuser and I really want it. And I'm like, I know. She says, I can't afford it. And I'm like, I know you can't. Look, if you just got a few girls together, and this is new where I live in Javier, get some girls together and I promise you, we'll get enough sales that will get you that diffuser for half price. And it's just getting her to do that. Another thing you can do to bring people around to having parties, and I shouldn't be giving you this because this is dealing with the objections at the end, is host your own party and invite people. Show them how easy it is. Show them how simple it is. Keep it really simple, short and sweet, fun and no pressure. Yeah? And people will think, yeah, it wasn't too horrible an experience. I didn't die. And I could get freebies if I do it. And learn how to overcome the objections. There we go. You see, we went right to the heart of the matter. Know how to respond when someone says no. Here's a clue. This, I'm never going to ask anybody ever again. My life is over. I am rubbish as a consultant. I'm leaving. It's not the way to deal with objection. Because if it was, none of us would be in business right now, would we? You have to learn to deal with rejection, and it's hard, but let me tell you something right now. It is never personal. And if it really is, just remember, it was never about you and them. It was always their problem anyway. Yeah, just telling you that right now. Okay, so we need to be prepared to book parties. You don't want to miss out on the opportunities. And I was in a world premiere destination and we had party booking opportunities, and I saw my amazingly well-trained team. None of them had host packets. A few did have join packets. Scratching around, couldn't even find business cards. Guys, don't go out Scentsy naked. Carry ready-made host packets. Join packets are good as well, by the way. I'm just saying. Practice what you will say during a booking conversation. We're going to do an exercise to help you guys with that in a minute. And know when you are available to party. We're going to do an exercise to help you with that too. So we have, these are homeworks, okay? And I want you guys to share on the page. If we are not sharing, we're not caring, we're not got any interaction on this party page, I might as well go home right now. So this is an activity. We want you to create some sample booking phrases to use whenever you're about. Whenever you feel that there's that point where you could ask that question. You know that there's like when you start a relationship, there's that moment when it's just right to go in for the first kiss. Not too suddenly. I always remember Hitch on the steps. You just go in halfway. And there's always that moment, isn't there? There's always that moment during anything where it's just the right point. There will be just the right point to have that booking conversation. So we want you to find, we'll do blah, 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 blah. I'm setting you a challenge because you don't have the workbook, so you can't do it in it. we would like you to start some conversations without using the words can, host, or party. So I want you to each write 3 phrases or questions you can use to invite somebody to be a party host without. Do not use the words can, host, or party. Okay, not can you host a party? That's not what we want to hear. So you might say, for example, something like, do you want to share Scentsy with your friends and family at home? Or would you like me to bring some Scentsy around to your house so you can smell it? Or did you want to get that diffuser for half price? I think I know a way. Would you like me to tell you? Yeah? So each of you, homework, I want you to come up with some phrases or questions, yeah? Phrases or questions. Each one, we don't want to use the word can, we don't want to use the word host, and we don't want to use the word party because party freaks people out. I've just done, I'm doing 2 home parties here in Spain, my first 2. It's taken me 6 months to get to the point where the friendships are genuine enough that they wanted to host for me. I did ask them several times, and they finally came and said, yeah, they were ready. These are sip and sniffs, okay? I live in Spain. We like to drink wine. Everybody likes to have fun. Their kids are mainly grown up. So they're all big girls. So we're going to have sips, and they love to socialize, and we're going to sniff the fragrances. It's that simple. There is no mention of a party. I didn't put, do you want to come to a sniff and sniff Scentsy party? I put, do you want to come to a sip and sniff night? Easier said than done. So there you go. I came up with a concept that will spread very easily. People will say, I went to Alexandra's sip and sniff. It was so much fun. I hope. Okay, so I hope that you find that it's actually far easier than you think it is to have questions or create phrases that you can use easily, simply to start booking conversations, yeah? And if it's a no, see it that you planted the seed. Just plant the seed in people's heads. Well, you know that I could always come over and show you the Scentsy one-to-one, or you could invite a couple of friends. It's not a problem, yeah? Just plant the seed, keep on watering it. Next time you see them, oh yeah, I'm just back. I just did a sip and sniff for a bunch of the girls up in Gatagorgia, and they absolutely loved it. What have you been up to? Seed is being watered. Okay, number 2, we need to, so we practice what? We've got our host packets ready. I'll post you guys a video on what should be in host packets. Leaders, do me a favor. This will prove whether you watch this or not. Post me your host packets. Post videos that you love about what should be in a host packet, yeah? Finally, know when you are available to party. This is your second homework exercise. We had calendars in here that look like this, yeah? So I will see if I can get this scanned, and if not, I will share a calendar app. I want you to have this month and next month. Or in the case of if we're too close to the beginning of March, I want you to have March and April, yeah? Because I want to teach you the skill of forward booking, okay? And front loading. We're going to talk about front loading because I don't know if we talk about it here. So what I want you guys to do, 2 calendars, okay? I want you to check your phone or your tablet. Normally we would do this, and this would take you about 20 minutes to do, okay? So I want you to fill out what goes on in your calendar. So you know you've got party here, and you've got a party here, and you've got an event here, and you're at the hairdressers here, here, and here, and you've got to take Bob to the sports. Fill it out. You need personal days as well. So, you know, if you take for us, Sunday's a family day because in Spain everything shuts down. It's super, super old fashioned. No shops are open, all the bars are open, all the restaurants are open, all the attractions are open, and families spend time together. Sunday's out for me. I know a lot of other people, they do church and observe the Sabbath, you know, which would be the Saturday. So it just depends. Pick a day. Always have the same day off. Take you time. Call them sanity days. Whatever. it's important you're not totally on Scentsy, because your family, friends and loved ones will start to rebel against it. So you've got all of your life in, you've got all of your sanity days in, family days. What do you have left? I would hope you have 8 to 10 blank day stroke evening slots. Circle them, big circles, stick stars on them, do whatever you like. Work out a minimum 4 that you absolutely have to fill, because 4 parties in a month, if they were 500 PRV each, would equal 2,000 PRV. That's a 5% bonus. Newbies, if you want that information, go to your consultant guide, read all about the awards that we do and the recognition, etc. And also about, it also explains in there about aiming for 4 parties a month. Okay, so find those. You might want to do a booking special. You might want to give the extra half price that you get or whatever. If that doesn't make any sense to you guys watching this, ask your sponsor to explain about your perpetual party reward. Ask your director to explain about those sorts of things. So you can give little incentives, one-to-one, not on Facebook, not on social media, unless it's by private message. Give incentives to book parties on those particular dates. Aim to fill a minimum 4 spaces, okay? Now, I want to teach you a little trick. One of the ways, I'll put this calendar down. One of the ways I like to fill my calendar is to give 3 options. If I say to somebody, hey, they normally, this is how it goes. They go, yeah, I'd really like to book a party. And I say, great, can we pick a day? And they go, oh, I'll get back to you. Well, first of all, you need to chase them up. Because if you don't, they won't come back to you, because life takes over. Secondly, when you do get back to them, give them 3 dates. I like to say, I only have these dates left in my calendar. So can we do this evening, or can we do this daytime, or can we do this one on a weekend? Give them a weekday evening, give them a weekend evening, and give them a day date as well. So you might do one at 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning. Give them choice, but only those 3. You're meeting the need to have one in the daytime, or one in the nighttime, or one at a weekend. You're giving options, but you're closing those options right down, because if we give too much choice, people and they are and they, So do try that. And the other one is front load the calendar. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. You want to have your parties in week 1. You want to have your parties in week 2. You want to leave week 3, week 4, and week 5 free to add additional parties at the beginning of the month, or free if this party cancels, move it to this week. Yeah, front load your calendar. I like all our leaders to have a minimum 500 in the first 7 days. Front loading your calendar allows you to do this. So always front load the calendar. Yes, we talked about front loading. If a host cancels, always talk about rebooking. Always, always, always. And I've had people cancel, and then I've rebooked, and then they've cancelled again. And they always say, I'll get in touch with you. Just leave it a month or so, call them back again. Just say, hey, look, I'm just doing a booking blitz. Do you mind if I stick you in for this party? Because we've got a special offer on, or whatever it is. Okay? Do 2 months scheduling. Definitely do 2 months of scheduling. So aim to fill March and April. Newbies, you should be hosting. I always like to tell newbies to host 3 starter parties. I don't tell you. I suggest it might be good. I suggest you do 1 on a weekday night, 1 on a weekend night, and 1 on a weekday. Why? Well, first of all, it's easy peasy for friends and family to say, I can't make that night, and dip out. And we're never sure, did they dip out because they didn't want to support our business? And they don't have to support your business, but they might not want to support your business. Or did they dip out because they genuinely can't make it? And I find loads of consultants, newbies, get very disheartened when this happens. If you're offering several different dates, there's always an opportunity for friends or family to support you. And if they really can't make 3 different dates, you know that this product at this point in time is not really for them. Okay? it's a really fast way to work out how quickly you have to get out of your friends and family circle. Because what we find with newbies is you can get 2, 3, 4, 5,000 in sales in the first few months and then zero. And the reason is you've sold to your friends, you've sold to your family, you've exhausted your hot list of 100 because you've not gone prospecting, yeah? You've not got outside of your friends and family circle. You've not done simple things like at parties ask everybody to bring a guest that you've never met before. From the get-go, try and book parties with people you don't know, people you vaguely know, just acquaintances. Get out of the friends and family zone. It will kill your business if you cannot sell outside of that zone. Nobody has that many friends and family they can sustain 2,000 PRV a month. In our case, we never did have any friends and family that were either close by to support us or aside from an amazing mother-in-law who actually wanted to buy the products and support us in that way. They're not particularly interested in it. And we've built a successful business, and we've done it by bootstrapping, by events, by hustling, by building genuine relationships, by asking for parties, we had to get outside the friends and family zone from day one. And it was tough, but we did it. And we now have the skills to help you guys to do it. So make sure that when you're hosting your starter parties, that friends and family are bringing people you absolutely don't know, so that you're immediately getting outside that zone and getting that additional exposure. And ask for referrals as well. Ask for referrals for bookings too. Say, do you know anybody that, might, wants a 3.5 price Scentsy, might be interested. Finally, overcoming objections without wailing and bawling and splashing it all over our team page in a tirade of negativity, which we don't like, because we're all positive Pete's. How do we deal with no's? I think you just have to accept it's part of business. Imagine, when was the last time you went out and you went to a nice restaurant and somebody came and said, do you want any more rice? More poppadoms? And you said no. Or would you like pudding with that? No. Would you like, happened to us yesterday, postre, cafe or té? And we said, no, la cuenta, por favor. We said, we don't want pudding, tea or coffee, we just want the bill. The girl went and got the bill. She didn't run screaming and crying out of the restaurant saying, never again am I going to put myself through this. I can't believe they said no. She was just doing a job. She asked a question in a friendly manner. We said we didn't want it. We wanted something different. She got on with it. Yeah? It's not personal. And what's more is every time you hear a no, tick it off in your head. Go, yay, I heard another no. This is brilliant because it means I'm working my business. So that concept comes from a book called Go for No by Andrea White and some other dude whose name I can't remember. Sorry, dude who I can't remember. I think we made a short video. I'll post a link to that as well. If you want to understand how to deal with objection better, Go for No is a brilliant book. It really, really helps. It's a tiny little storybook and it explains how if you're hearing the word no, you're doing your business right. Yeah? No is a good word. So we also want to know how to overcome objections. And this is going to be your final homework for this section of booking. We want you guys to list up objections you're hearing. And for everybody else, we want you guys to come on and offer ideas and solutions that we can deal with that. So, for example, I don't want to host a party at my house. It's too small. We could perhaps suggest that you come to my house and host the party instead. Bring your friends over. I have a bigger house. Or we could say, why don't we do it at the tennis club? Remember, if we've built a real relationship, we'll know that this lady is a member of the tennis club. Or we can say, I could always just give you a basket and you show some of your friends. You know, if they're really no, next time you're doing a launch of your new catalogue, invite them then. Make them feel special. Say it's a VIP launch. I wondered if you might come round just on your own. Get them as a customer anyway. So that's one way you can deal with objections. So the homeworks are, 1, do the activity where we come up with booking conversations or questions, so openings, without using the words can, host, or party. Number 2, we want you to get your calendars ready and keep your calendars ready for 2 months in advance and learn how to forward fill the calendars. Fill from week 1, week 2. Okay? Forward fill. And number 3, and you know what? With that calendar one, I want you guys to post a picture of you with your little calendars. I want to see your pretty faces, or handsome hunky faces, if it's Mr. Scott doing his. Finally, I want to do some work on overcoming objections, everybody. So if you're out there prospecting and then you're having booking conversations because you're practicing what we're doing, you should be getting some objections. So let's share them and let's find positive, friendly, genuine ways to help you overcome that. So thank you very much for joining me on the booking part of our Party with a Purpose. We are going to move on. Next section is host coaching. So we're going to look at how we can work with our host of the party to make sure it is a huge success. So that's it from me. Bye for now.